So a massive exploration period starts in Syria as this orange family and a bunch of other exiles from the yellow and the orange quickly start a massive nomadic movement down to Syria. The red team finds out about their somewhat capital territory and quickly captures it. The Reds also decide to invade this small city-state after the fall of the farmers' commune, which quickly turned into its own city-state. The city-state is also very small now; it barely controls its city-state territory, and the Red team quickly continues. And by this point, we enter the Iron Age. Even though in reality, there's the Bronze Age and the Copper Age, the reason I decided to skip over the Bronze Age was because there was no real tin found. So, yeah, armor is not really gonna be iron in this timeline too. And the reason I did this is because these are city-states. Okay, it doesn't really matter. We all know where the capital is. And this small Sinopian city-state quickly expands and actually becomes a nation-state. It's no longer the Pontic city-states. It's actually the Pontic state and a bunch of other city-states. Building more cities along the coast and even one here. The Reds also built a small city here. However, this is more of a city-state, so they quickly collapse. In the frontier provinces, and some raiders, a slave revolt happens. This is the news. The slaves also quickly start marching towards the city-state, but the city-state is able to stop them at this point. How a smaller city is now currently encircled. This small city asks for the Red Empire for help. They quickly start moving in, and instead they also attack the city-state, poor city-state. But eventually they are able to defeat both sides, as the Red Empire is mostly way too disorganized and even adopted feudalism because they don't have enough administrative technology to administer all of this, since even though they have iron tools, which has practically improved their production by a lot, armor is not very good. Armor in this timeline is not very common, especially because of how rare bronze is in this time, because tin is very rare. Tin deposits in Europe and the other areas are popular. I think there were some in Cyprus and even in Afghanistan, but they're too far away to that. And the orange guys also reformed the Yellow Kingdom. They established the Yellow Kingdom in Syria. The Yellow Confederation is more of a tribal state, but it's very populous and has a lot of fertile land, so it quickly expands. However, it doesn't really develop cities. After it quickly captures all of West, after that they quickly move into the east, capturing all of this juicy land, and quickly move down south to the other parts of the Levant. And in the Sinai, they discover massive deposits of copper. And a group of merchants decide to quickly take over this mine. They establish the Merchant Republic of the Sinai. They actually do found a settlement in central here. But But the Sinai is not very popular, so it remains a subject of the tribal confederation. But the confederation splits apart. The civilization starts to form in the far south, but the suzerain tribesmen start creating this area. But by this point, like for the orange yellow team or group, it is practically paradise. This is what practically happens here is like practically just the exodus of the Jews. And we have this, but at first the tribes look like this. We have the central Lebanese tribe, the northern Syrian tribe, the merchants, and the suzerains. The suzerains in Palestine and Israel. They found their city. They're the first ones to actually civilize, causing the Levantine civilization to appear. Due to the technological superiority, like both Ireland and even some other things, eventually Cyprus and Ireland. Of the Cypriot Sinai company. The Cypriot Sinai company quickly expanded to the north of Egypt. But due to the more agricultural territory, these territories quickly go distant to the company. The company by this point also decides to move its operations up north. So this city, which is more of a mining settlement, joins the suzerains, and quickly the area becomes pretty abandoned with some small mining outposts. And so Cyprus gets founded. In the Niger Delta, and the city gets founded here, and they expand passionately quickly. This small area quickly moves up to the delta and starts moving into the center of Egypt. And with that, let's end